Let's work on today's LeetCode problem. The problem is 829 on LeetCode, consecutive numbers sum. It's a very simple problem. Given n, find the number of ways you can write n as the sum of consecutive positive integers. What did we get? We have to look for number of ways to make addition n. Addition from what? Consecutive positive integers. Let's take a small example. So we have number 5. So we want to make 5 as an addition of some positive integers. These positive integers need to be consecutive. So what are the options that we have? 2 and 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. So 2 and 3 are consecutive, right? First there is 2 and then there is 3. Another number would be 5 itself, because 5 is always going to be its addition. You could assume that the length of the consecutive numbers is only 1. In this case, the length of consecutive numbers is 2. So there are 2 ways to make 5. Similarly, what about 9? So if we want to make 9, then 9 itself is one of the ways. Then 4 and 5. If we add 4 and 5, we get 9. That is another way. If we add 2, 3, 4, that would be third way. So there are total 3 ways of making 9. That would be the answer of this question. Now specifically about 15. 15 itself is one of the ways. Then 7 plus 8 is another way. 4 plus 5 plus 6 is third way. And then 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is another way. So there are 4 ways in total that we can make 15. So this was just a few examples, but now we have to do this thing programmatically. So how to go about it? Let's say we try brute force the very first thing. So what is given in the question? We know that the numbers are going to be positive. These are going to be positive. This is already written in the question. And then the second thing that we know about the problem is that they are going to be consecutive numbers. The third thing is that the number itself is always going to be its own addition. So that is one way. So our answer is always going to be more than 1. 1 or more than 1. So one of the ways I can think about doing it is that let's take a window of 2 numbers. Let's begin with 2 numbers and start from 1. So let's say that we had to do this thing for 5. Now we know that 5 is already one of the ways. Then we take a window of 2 numbers. So, and we start from 1. So 1 and 2. The addition is 3. So no, this is not the way. 2 and 3. The addition is going to be 3 plus 2, 5. Yes, this is the right way. And then because we know that the addition is always going to be increasing, we should not go any further. Then we take a window of 3 numbers. So 1 plus 2 plus 3. What is the addition? 3 plus 2 plus 1. It is 6, which is greater than 5. So this is not the answer. And there is no point in going any further from this, because that addition is always going to be greater than 5. Then we take a window of 4. So window of 4 is going to be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. And obviously that is also going to be greater than 5. So we have exhausted all the options, and because we only could find one option, this one, and the other option 5 itself, there are 2 ways to do it. Then so this was about 5. We can do probably similar thing for other terms as well. But this feels like a very slow way of doing it. Let us see if we can find another way. And there might be another way in mathematical deduction. So let us see what that is. Now the question says that there are some number of terms which add themselves to n. N is the given number. Now let's say that we have k terms and the starting integer is going to be x. So the next integer will be x plus 1, x plus 2, and we'll go all the way to x plus k minus 1. Why k minus 1? Because we have in total k terms. So initially it was x plus 0, x plus 1, x plus 2, and then all the way to x plus k minus 1, right? Now, because we were given with this fact that these numbers are going to be positive, we know that x is also going to be positive. So x is greater than 0 and it is an integer. Then the second thing that we know about this is that there are k terms and k is also an integer. So let us see what else can we see in this formula. Right. So here we have x plus x plus x. How many times? This is going to be k times. So I'll write it as kx plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 all the way to k minus 1. And that is equal to n. So if you remember the formula of first n integers, the addition is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. And over here, the n is k minus 1. So n plus 1. So k minus 1 plus 1, that is going to be k itself, divided by 2. And that is equal to n. From this equation, what else can we get? So let's keep kx this side and take this on the right hand side. So n minus k minus 1 multiplied by k divided by 2. Now there are two things clear at this point, and let us take a moment to understand that. I'll copy this equation meanwhile and take it to the next page. Yeah. Here k is number of terms and x is the starting integer. Right? So we know that k and x, both of them are going to be greater than 0. That is a condition that is already written in the question. This means number of terms multiplied by the starting integer is always going to be greater than 0. This is one thing that we understand from this equation. This means n minus k minus 1 multiplied by k. It is the right hand side of the equation. This is also going to be greater than 0. Now, what are we looking for? We are looking for all of those conditions where all k terms are going to add to n. That is the final thing that we want to know, right? So if we can find out a combination of x and k, we are done. So one possible way of solving this problem could be, we start k from 1 and k will one by one go up to some number. And what that number is going to be, that is going to be some number that satisfies this condition. And this condition is simply k has to be c. So k, we have defined it here. So n minus k minus 1 multiplied by k divided by 2 is greater than 0. So yeah, it is like this. So n is going to be greater than k minus 1 multiplied by k divided by 2. So 2n is going to be greater than k minus 1 multiplied by k. So this condition needs to hold true. So we start from k is equal to 1, we increment it one after another until this condition stops holding true. So this is one thing. The second thing that we understand from this equation is that k multiplied by x, this has to be an integer for this whole thing to be a valid thing, which means for this term to be a valid combination of our result, if we divide it by k, it is going to give us an integer. So I'll take another copy of this formula, go to next page and paste it. So this means n minus k minus 1 multiplied by k divided by 2 and its modulo with k. This is going to give us 0. So what we do is we start at k is equal to 1, go all the way up to the condition that we just talked about in the previous slide until this point, this is true. And on every step, we check for this condition. So whenever we find that the modulus of k that is taken with this term is 0, for all of those conditions, we are going to get a valid value of x. And whenever we get a valid value of x, we are going to add it to our count. So our count will be increased by 1. So that is the whole algorithm here. Let's go to LeetCode and start implementing it. Right. So what all are we going to need here? This is going to be a very simple program. The only difficult part was to understand and to come up with the correct formula. So let count is equal to 0. Then we want to run a for loop, and k's initial value is going to be 1, and we go all the way up to a level. So on each step we increase k plus plus. That is one condition that I've already written. So this is the part that we want to make sure that we write it properly. So let me see. So this is our condition. 2n should be greater than k minus 1 multiplied by k. So 2 multiplied by n should be greater than k multiplied by k minus 1. This condition should hold true. And then what do we have to check? We have to check for the other condition that is on this side. So n minus k minus 1 multiplied by k divided by 2 modulo k should be 0. If that is 0, then our x is going to be valid and we increment our count value. So if n minus k multiplied by k minus 1 and divided by 2, well, I have to do it properly. Oh, n minus k minus 1 multiplied by k minus 1 multiplied by k, that is right, divided by 2. So let's put 1 here. Yeah, then modulo k, this should be 0. Oh, this is okay. One more. Yeah, so if this condition is satisfying, then our count will increase by 1, and at the end we return count. Let us see if it works. Maybe there is some problem. Oh yeah, it works. It does, and let's submit it. Yep, I think we are fine. So one important thing to understand here is that what would have happened if we did not put this condition in, if we kept on going up with the value of k. So there could have been other conditions where the starting value of x could have been negative and it would still satisfy the condition. And I can tell you with an example. Let's say that value of n is 15 and we start at -3. So -3, then -2, -1, that is 6, -6. And then we go all the way to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are consecutive numbers. And if you add them, it is going to be 15. But now the problem is there are non-positive numbers as well. So these 4 numbers are included, which shouldn't have been there. So we need to make sure that this condition over here is correct. And that's why we took so much time to come up with correct condition. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe and like this video if you found it useful. Thank you so much.